$30 an hour with benefits, and you could provide for your family just like your folks did. Well, those jobs are gone right now. And the problem is, the economy isn't growing to the point where there are other jobs like it to replace them. I've got a buddy who went from $25 an hour, he's making $9 an hour as a cashier at a gas station temporarily with no benefits. That's the story of the American economy right now. That's the story of the 23 million people who are struggling for real and full-time work. That's the story that's going to end on November the 6th. Yeah! So, I will be brief. We have specific plans we're putting out there because we're asking you to support us so we can put this in place. We're not simply saying, voted for us because the other guy's worse off. That's what they're running. Here's our 5-point plan. We have so much energy in this country. Let's use that energy in this country. We got coal, we got gas, we got oil, we got nuclear, we got renewables, all of the above. All those American energy dollars we use that go to our gas tanks, that go to heat our homes for our electricity, let's put that money in the American economy. Let's not send it to the Middle East. That creates more jobs. That creates manufacturing jobs. And for all those workers, you know, look at the skills you need to put something like this together. Look at the welding that goes into this. Look at the high-tech, high-skilled manufacturing that's required. You need tradesmen. You need people with skills. We got so many people who are in between jobs or out of work who need good skills to get a good job so they can provide for their families. We want to get beyond the bureaucracy and get people the education and the skills they need wherever they are in life, 40s, 50s, 60s, so they can get a good job and get back on the path to prosperity and providing for their family. And about 80% of these Gradalls are sold into North America. That's what Mike was just telling me. That means 20% of them are sold elsewhere. Let's break down those barriers to trade. Let's make sure cheaters are held to account so they can't knock off our products. And let's make sure we can make more things here and sell them overseas. That is going to be critical to protecting our jobs and creating more jobs. I come from a mining area where we make mining equipment. In Milwaukee, we got Bucyrus and Joy Global, we got Caterpillar, we got Case. You know, we make similar kinds of machines, but what you have to have is a good energy sector. You have to have a good economy. You have to have jobs that are being protected. You have to have trade that protects these industries so that we can have these good jobs. But it won't work if we borrow and spend our kids into a debt crisis. We've got to cut spending. We can't keep spending money we don't have. We have a plan to get us on a balanced budget to make sure our children and our grandchildren inherit the American dream and not pay our bills that we're leaving for them. That is critical for the economy today. It's critical for our children and our grandchildren. And I gotta tell you, let's never forget that businesses like Gradall, they start out small. They start out with an idea. They start out with a handful of employees who have a good idea, who work really hard, who build their businesses themselves, and who ultimately want to be able to build bigger businesses, to hire more people. All of our jobs originate at the beginning from a small business. Right now, they're swimming in red tape. Right now, they have a sea of uncertainty that is plaguing them. Right now, President Obama is promising that our successful small businesses, where most of our jobs come from, have a tax rate above 40% come January. That means more than 40 cents of every dollar goes to the government before they can even pay their employees, before they can even compete with their competitors. Look, overseas, which where I come from means Lake Superior. You know, you got Lake Erie, which is great walleye fishing, by the way, but Lake Superior, we got the Canadians. We manufacture in Wisconsin, and you do too, against Canadian manufacturers. Well, Canada just lowered the tax rate on every single one of their businesses to 15%. This business is at 35%. Small businesses are going above 40% in January. That doesn't make sense. And this one little tax increase, it's actually not a little tax increase, it's a big tax increase, but it pays for a small fraction of the president's spending. It doesn't even pay for 10% of his proposed deficit spending. This idea that we can keep taxing American manufacturers at much higher tax rates than our foreign competitors tax theirs, so we can just spend the money in Washington and then borrow more on top of it. If that worked, we would be entering a golden age along with Greece. It doesn't work. That's not how you create jobs and prosperity. And so, what we need is leadership. We need someone who's not afraid to tackle these problems. We need a leader who doesn't talk about small things. We need a leader who does not demonize or demagogue Democrats or Republicans or opponents. We need somebody who knows how to create jobs. That is Mitt Romney. Hundreds of millions of dollars of negative ads have been spent in Ohio and around the other parts of the Midwest to try and disqualify this man. This is a guy who, when his country called to ask him to save the Olympics, he dropped everything, moved to Salt Lake for 3 years, saved the Olympics. This is a guy who has helped create tens of thousands of jobs. And by the way, being successful in business, that's a good thing. We want that. We encourage that. Because if people are successful in business, then people go back to work. That's a good thing. That's healthy. This is a man who helped start a steel plant in Indiana that is still providing steel, that is still providing jobs. It's a man who started businesses like Sports Authority, Staples, Bright Horizons. This is a person who knows what it takes to actually create jobs, who knows what businesses experience when they want to hire people, when they want to grow, when they want to expand. That's the kind of experience we need. And this is a guy who, when he was governor of a Democratic state, this is a Republican, governor of a Democratic state, where 85% of his legislators were Democrats. Did he demean them? Did he fight them? No. He met with them every single Monday. He figured out how to find common ground without compromising principles, and he did what he said what he would do when he ran for governor. He balanced the budget each and every year without raising taxes. Unemployment went down, household income went up. Look, that's the kind of man we need as a leader. So, we have a big decision to make. It's a big choice. The debate is going to last for about 10 more days. The choice is yours on November the 6th. Think about November the 7th. Think about how you will feel the next morning when you wake up and turn on the TV. Are we going to have 4 more years like the last 4 years? No! Are we going to wait 4 years before we have real change, or are we just going to wait 10 days? 10 days! We can turn this around. We want to wake up that morning and know that we met this moment. Yeah! We want to wake up that morning and know that our coal jobs are coming back to Eastern Ohio, that our natural gas jobs are coming back, that our manufacturing sector is going to come back, that more people are going to come here to Gradall, that we're going to sell more products, that we're going to get our debt under control, that we're going to save our military, that we're going to make sure that America gets back on top. We can do this. The choice is yours. Ohio, you know it. OH, you know it's you. You know what you have in front of you. You know the responsibility. We're not going to duck the tough issues. We're not going to blame other people. We're not going to try to transform this country into something it was never intended to be. We're going to fix this mess in Washington with your help. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out today. And thank you to all the employees here at Gradall. Thank you, Mike Haberman. Thanks so much, everybody.